Welcome back to another edition of Fact Over Feelings. In this segment today, we're going to be talking about the moment, living in the moment. Now, I am really cautious of every moment that is happening to me in my life now. It was a time that I was not very aware of the time that I have and how important that time is. Are you aware of the time that we have, and what are you treating that time with? How do you look at your moments in time that you have? I'm a true believer now. I wasn't always this way. I didn't always just think about how can I just enjoy myself in the moment and get the most out of each moment that I have in life. Because it's the only moment that you're gonna have in life. Like that moment just passed, you'll never get it back. The moment that just passed, the second that just passed, you'll never get it back. So the thoughts that we are having in the moments that are going on in our life, how do they serve you? How are they acquiring to your overall life that you want? The moments that we have in life are the only thing that we can control in the very moment that it is happening. And I'm so conscious and aware of that right now. And I want to make sure that we all can come to that realization that this moment in time in life is so precious and it deserves to be respected and treated with love and being just grateful that we get to experience it. That has helped me in so much of my life when craziness is going on and you're having a good day, you might be having a bad day. You don't ever know what's going on. But if you could just stay in the moment for just a second and realize, hey, I'm alive, I got a family, I'm breathing, I can see, I can hear, I can laugh, I can enjoy whatever, I can have a good meal, I can feel the breeze on my face, I can read a book. Just taking the time to enjoy each moment that we have in the moment that it's happening. And I'm so grateful and gracious. I live today with so much gratefulness in my heart because I've taken the time to understand that every moment that we have is a moment that is meant for us in the time being. It's just how we perceive and our perception of the moment that we have. We can look at all the outside sources that are going on and say, well, this isn't going right for me and this isn't going right for me. Well, what are your perspective on this? If something is not going the way that you want it to do, what are you doing to change that? And what can you do to help you get past it? How can you enjoy the second, the moment, the minute, the hour, the day? And fully maximize that feeling that you have so you can get the most out of it. I truly believe that there is nothing in this life that happens that is not meant to make you stronger, that's not meant for you, that's not meant to help you reach, achieve, overcome, fight, love. Every moment in life is just like a circulation and everything is meant for your good. Everything, and it just brings a smile to my face to understand that everything that I do intentionally is working towards my good. That does come with being intentional about what do you want out of your life. What are the things that you say you want out of your life? Because sometimes being happy is a true intention that we think that is just given to us. Being happy is an intention that you must put on yourself to say, you know what? When I'm having a bad day, I have to intentionally do certain things that will allow me to get myself out of this rut, that would allow me to change my perspective on this situation, and that will allow me to overcome whatever it is that might want to bring me down. We can't let the situation or the circumstance dictate our situation. Because we're not being intentional with our words, with our thoughts, with our time, with what we're reading, with what we're feeding our minds. And it takes some time to just sit back and reflect. I'm a big meditator. I meditate. I try to go and do mindfulness. I sit down and just look at the mirror. That's for me. I take some time to go find a chair. I have a chair right here in my corner where I just sit, I stare out the window, and I just think what it is out of life that I want. Because you have to understand you're dealing with so much in your everyday life all the time that you get so bombarded by so many thoughts, actions, news, people's emotions, kids, mothers, brothers. It's just a mountain of things that can go on in 1 second of the day because there are so many outside factors that we forget what's most important to us. And we don't really think about what it is actually that we're doing for ourselves and for our future. So we really have to take some time. And honestly, for me, I do it. I try to do it at least once a week. The mindfulness is where I just sit for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, complete silence, and just let the brain relax and come to an understanding. It does take practice. It does take toughness, mental toughness to even do those things. It says thinking is probably one of the most hardest things for people to do. It really is. Every day is an overcoming battle of fighting the thoughts that are in our heads to try to make us believe certain things that we don't want to believe, certain things that we know that aren't to be true, but they are trying to consume our life. They want us to not achieve our greatest desires we have for our life. It's a constant battle. And if we are not intentional on the battle, if we are not preparing ourselves with the things that we need to win the battle, it's going to be very difficult for us to move forward. I wish for everyone to have the life that they desire. Whatever it is that you desire out of your life, I want you to enjoy that to the fullest, to really take from the life that you want and be able to maximize it to whatever levels that you feel or whatever level you desire it to be. But that comes with understanding that, hey, sometimes I have to sit back and reflect and think and be grateful for the moment that I am in right now. Because if I'm so too worried about the future, I can't enjoy the moment. If I'm struck over the past, I can't enjoy the current moment. The current moment that we have is the only moment that exists in our life. The future doesn't exist and the past don't exist, because in a second it can all be gone. And if you don't pay attention to that and understand that just a smile could change your whole day, a little slight tweak in perspective can change someone else's day. We have to understand that our moments are so precious. So it's called the present because it's a gift. Let's take time to enjoy that gift. Enjoy being present. Enjoy everything that life has for us, because it's meant for us to be enjoyful, to be happy, to be grateful. I wrote down in my journal, how do I become an embodiment of gratefulness? And just by asking that question, the thought of just living in the moment has been so constructive in my mind, and it's just been warping my mind to always think, just stay grateful. Just stay grateful. You might not have achieved everything that you wanted in your life so far. You might not have done everything that you said you were going to do. You might not have been able to go to the places that you say you wanted to go. You might not have gotten the money that you think that you deserve, or you think that you should have by now, or someone did something to you. Be grateful. All that matters is how grateful you look at the situation and your perspective in the very moment. Stay in that moment. It's the only one we have. That's all I got for this episode of A Fact Over Feelings. If you guys can leave me a comment, a like, subscribe on all the platforms and let me know how I'm doing. And remember to just stay in that moment, stay grateful, and keep going. Till next time, guys. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.